Hey, I'm going to Cannes Film Festival. What? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite movies, and today I'm going to be doing a movie roundup video where I talk about the movies and nothing else that I've watched in the last few weeks or so. So yeah, we have made it to the halfway point of March, not really, but I'm going to be talking about the films I've seen so far in March. Starting off strong, we have the new film from Joon-Ho, Mickey 17. I got to see this film before it was officially premiered in North America because I am a USC student. I got to see it for free, and I also got to eat some chicken tenders after the film, plus a free poster and a free t-shirt, so I guess I just gotta flex a little bit. But anyways, Mickey 17 is probably his weakest film to date, but it's still pretty good. It's charming, it's funny, and I love how quirky it is, as per every other Bong Joon-ho film. The political commentary is at its shallowest, but also the plot is kind of a mess. The last act also didn't land as strong, and the first act was a bit tedious, but I still had a good time overall. 7 out of 10. Then, in order to make good use of my Criterion channel subscription, I watch Pickpocket by Robert Bresson. So, this is a very straightforward, stone-cold film about a guy who just can't keep himself from pickpocketing because he enjoys the thrill of stealing. It's a very interesting character study, and the film does an amazing job exploring his guilt, lust, greed, and more. It's very psychologically complex. And also, the editing is freaking insane considering that it's a film from the late 50s. 8 out of 10. Following that, I watched Teorema, or Theorem, by Pier Paolo Pasolini. This is my second Pasolini film, the first one being The Gospel According to St. Matthew, and I hate to say this, but I just don't vibe with his films. This film barely has any dialogue, and it's extremely allegorical. The scenes start and end at seemingly random moments. Narratively, it is very confusing and slow and not in an intriguing way at all. The colors are very nice, not gonna lie, and I like how Pasolini turns Marxism into this weird sexual figure, but I just didn't vibe with this film quite a bit. Strong 6 to a light 7 out of 10. Then, to wrap up my run of European films, I watched Beau Travail by Claire Denis. Just like Teorema, this film barely has any dialogue, and it's extremely slow and confusing, but what I love is that it declares itself as a poetic film right from the get-go. Every single scene and every single shot that follows is very atmospheric and textured and interesting. This is also a fascinating takedown on masculinity and suppressed homosexuality, and also it is a commentary on colonialism and how useless the military is sometimes. And then the ending happened, and holy shit, this is one of the best endings I've ever seen in cinema. 9 out of 10. Then I watched Love, Death and Robots Season 1 Episode 8 or 7, Good Hunting. I watched this for my Chinese religion class. So I had to read the short story, and then I watched the episode. It was optional, but I got curious, and let me just say that the short story was way better. In the adaptation, in Love, Death and Robots, they cut a lot of important scenes and they focus too much on the sex and violence, which completely misses the point. 6 out of 10. Then I watched Rocky. I finally watched it and I got to see it on a big screen because of a class, and damn, it's very good. It's such a grounded and realistic take on the middle class and the struggling underdog, as per usual for a lot of other films in the new Hollywood movement. I like that when the film lets us in on the inciting incident. Apollo Creed, the king of boxing, suddenly decides to pick Rocky as his next opponent. What is Rocky going to do? The film doesn't just speed run towards the action, it takes its sweet time to explore the moral and the emotional implications of that change, Rocky's relationship and self-worth changing, etc. This film also depicts masculinity as a source of hope and a path to self-destruction. And also, Rocky is low-key neurodivergent in this film. He's low-key autistic. 8 out of 10. Then, I finally watched Maxine, and it's freaking boring as hell. I know that Ty West is trying to emulate 80s slasher horror films, but he does so without any charm or wit or fun. It's nowhere near as campy or as wacky as it pretends to be. This film also introduces just too many characters and elements, which is why the last act just fell flat. 4 out of 10. Then, I watched Running on Karma by Joon-Ho. I'm planning to see more Joon-Ho films because I'm preparing for this film festival, and this film is a total blast. It's wacky, it's very absurd, and it feels like 3 films smashed together. But this is like Martin Scorsese's The Last Temptation of Christ in that it is Joon-Ho's most spiritual film. It's also simultaneously his take on the wuxia subgenre. It's very interesting, and the last act is amazing. 8 out of 10. Finally, about half an hour ago, I finished watching Thirst by Chan-Wook. I'm watching it so that I am prepared for the Cannes Film Festival in the event that Chan-Wook would release his new film, No Other Choice. This is easily the slowest film I've seen from him. Also, this is way less playful and way more pristine than his previous films like the Vengeance trilogy. As per expected, music and cinematography and editing are electrifying. They're freaking amazing. As for the story, I'd say that I didn't expect how sexual it was going to be, but the second half becomes a fantastic allegory on a toxic relationship and how the characters' bloodlust, because they turn into vampires, became self-destructive and toxic. Still fascinating, still amazing, 8 out of 10. So yeah, these are the films I watched in the last couple of weeks or so. Comments below, let me know if you want more, and thanks for watching. Yeah, film sets.